there's a young lady that commented on one of my YouTube videos. I forget which one it was. But she asked me, she was like, Montana, if you could do it all over again, knowing what you know now about relationships, where is there an ex or some exes that you would get back into a relationship, take back or whatever? And yes, I would very much so. There was one guy that I was dating when I was 21, 22, like, treated me so good. I got whatever I wanted. He was just the sweetest thing. Haitian boy from Pembroke Pines. And I mentally was not in a very good place. I wasn't raised up in a way to recognize a good man and appreciate a good man. Didn't know how to treat a good man. So knowing what I know now, and if he was the same type of man that he was back then today and was to give me another chance, I think we would have a wonderful, wonderful relationship where the good that he was doing in a relationship would definitely be reciprocated. And I told her, I was like, yeah, because I've screwed over some men in my life because I was not mentally healthy. I was a hurt woman out there hurting people. And I had been hurt for a long, long time. Even before I turned 18, I was a very hurt female. I was a very hurt girl. And I was just out to hurt other people because that's all I knew how to do. That's all that was done to me, and that's all what I knew how to do. And I didn't want to be a victor from my situations. I wanted to play victim. It was just easier for me to play victim. But anyway, so a girl came on she saw our little conversation back and forth, and she was like, Montana, can you do a video on how you used to screw over men? I thought that was like weird, but okay. I don't know if people want to hear about that. I mean, I briefly touched in a couple of videos, I touched on it. But how I used to mess over men, I would cheat on men. I would verbally abuse them, physically abuse them. I was a user. I would get all I can get, and I would do the bare minimum in return. I was always argumentative, always defensive, always wanting to be right. It was just, I was difficult. I was so difficult. I was just difficult, and I was still insecure always, but always insecure. Still insecure. Still have insecurities. Well, not even insecurities. It's just like I'm always on the watch because I know I do so much and I know I give so much. So if I see you slacking, lagging, dragging your ass, or slipping, I'll be like, no, I do too much for you to be around here trying me like that. So I'll let you go. So I'm always on the lookout because I do so much. I gotta make sure I'm invested in the right person, or I'm out of there. What else I used to do? I was the type to, when I was way young, I would talk to married men. Okay, I was one of them little chicks. I was one of them. I despise them kind of women now today, but yeah, I would talk to married men. That was my thing for a minute. I was really promiscuous. I can remember having like 5 boyfriends at one time in high school. It was terrible, but it's just so much I can say. Everything that you can say that you don't want from a woman, or the problems that a woman gives you, that was me. That probably was me. More than likely, that was me. Oh, she this, she lazy, she this, she don't cook, she don't do that, she argue all the time, and as soon as I walk in the house, I'm tired, she want to nitpick about this, and she always doing it. That was me. That was me. I was that chick. That was me. I mean, it's so much I can go into detail that I can't even think about right now. But that was me. But I had an epiphany. I stopped playing victim and decided to be the victor 4.5 years ago when I started my self-love journey. And this is a choice. This is what I found. This is what people didn't tell me. that I'm telling you. It's easier to succeed and excel in life by changing your life around. If you're doing something messed up, you're doing something wrong, you're going down the wrong path, or you're not getting the results out of life that you want, you don't have the type of people around you that are healthy for you, that uplift you, motivate you, inspire you, encourage you, you don't have that. You can change your life around in the snap of a finger. Some people it may take longer, and some people it may be really hard for, but for me it was overnight. It literally was overnight. I changed my whole world around overnight. And I was like, you know what? I want my life to be like this. I want to be happy. I want to date this kind of man. I want to have these kind of friends. I want to have this kind of connection with my family. I want this for myself. I want that for myself. And I just changed my life around. And and I'm very thankful that I'm not a lame, sheltered female. Like, my past, my horrific past, has really helped mold me into the type of woman that I am now today, and what I'm capable of doing in relationships. I've turned all the bads into goods. I've turned being in abusive relationships and being the abuser and being the abusee into, I won't hit you. I don't even want to raise my voice at you. I don't even want to argue with you. I'm that type of chick. I get away from disagreements. I get away from arguments. I don't want to go there. I don't want to be that type of female, because I was that type of female for a long time, and I was enduring that type of stuff in relationships for a long time. So now I don't even want it. You can't get me to argue with you. I'm out. Cheating, been cheated on people. You can't get me to do it, and you can't get me to tolerate it right now today. Like, I'm the most above and beyond loyal type of person ever, because of I was such a cheater and an unappreciative person back in the day, or insecure person, thinking I had to hold on to this guy while I'm in a new relationship, and endure people cheating on me. Like, I would never ever go through that again, because I have the mental stability to be able to be like, I mean, I don't have to cheat on my man with this guy, because I've learned that when you're talking to a bunch of dudes and you get into a relationship, if that relationship don't work out, no matter how long it is, 2-3 years later, these men are still gonna be there, and they more than likely gonna be single, and you're gonna meet a whole slew of new men. So why even bring somebody into your relationship? I am able to give my relationship the benefit of the doubt of actually working and not messing it up by cheating. I'm giving it a full opportunity. Like, I've learned so much. Like, you guys know my history if you've been watching my channel for a while. Being raped, molested, and all that other crap. That promiscuous behavior that I used to portray has turned me into, I hardly say no when it comes down to something sexual in a relationship with my man, and my man only. My man has that freak slut hole, nasty little slut puppy behind closed doors. I'm not shy. I don't want to do that. I want to try that. Like, but you my girl. Like, he don't have that problem out of me, because I'm open like that. I'm promiscuous, but only to my man. I can do whatever. I can role play and be the nasty little stripper, the $5 prostitute. Like, I'm open to it all. I'm open to it all behind closed doors. I'm not sheltered, and Miss Goody Goody Two Shoes wasn't raised up to do all that nasty stuff. I've used all that to my benefit. Like, I was a very bad person, but I've also turned everything around to work in my favor, and I'm so in a way thankful for the things that I went through, because it molded me to be a little bit more above average. And I'll leave that at that. So if that answers your question, ma'am, there you go. Turn your negative into a positive if you care enough to, and you'll be all right. Life is what you make it. You know, how you look at, how you perceive different situations, you can turn it into a good or turn it into a bad. You can sit there and mope about it, or you can sit there and make it work for you. And I decided to make it work for me. Bless 'em.